Hello. In this video, we're going to be talking about triangle inequalities and the hinge theorem. The triangle inequality theorem states that the sum of the length of any two sides of a triangle are greater than the third. So below is a triangle ABC, and according to the triangle inequality theorem, AB plus BC must be greater than AC. Also, AB plus AC must be greater than BC. And lastly, AC plus BC must be greater than AB. So, just as the theorem states, any two sides added together must be larger than the third. Let's try an example. A triangle has one side of length 12 and another of length 8. Describe the possible lengths of the third side. So we have two options for what this side could be. It could either be the shortest side or the longest side. So on the left, I've drawn the scenario where x is the shortest side, our third side is the shortest, and on the right, I've drawn the option where the third side is going to be the longest. So like the triangle inequality theorem said, I should be able to pick any two sides and they'll be greater than the third. Well, I'm always going to want to pick the smallest two sides and try to make them larger than the biggest. So in this case, that would be x plus 8 needs to be greater than 12. And so when I subtract 8, that means x has to be greater than 4. If x is the largest side, then I know that I'm going to have to add my two smaller sides and make sure they are larger than my biggest side. So 8 plus 12 will need to be bigger than x. And so that means x has to be less than 20. So when we put these two together, that means our side length has to be greater than 4 but less than 20. So really all we did was if x was the shortest side, then we subtracted the other two given sides. If x was the longest side, then we added the two given sides. So if you're ever given this problem when you have two of the three sides and you have to find the possible lengths, you subtract and you add to find the lower and upper bounds. Next, we're going to discuss angle-side relationships. So you should note that the largest angle is always opposite the longest side, and the smallest angle is always opposite the shortest side. So if you listed your angles in order from smallest to largest, then you could do the same by listing the opposite sides, and they would also be in order from smallest to largest. Let's discuss the longer side theorem. This states that if one side of a triangle is longer than another side, then the angle opposite the longer side is larger than the angle opposite the shorter side. So what this means is that in our picture below, AB is 5 and AC is 8. So since 5 is less than 8, then the angle across from 5C is less than the angle across from 8B. So like it says here, since AB is less than AC, then angle C is less than angle B. So the main idea of what's happening right here is big side means big angle, small side means small angle. We also have the larger angle theorem. This states that if one angle of a triangle is larger than another angle, then the side opposite the larger angle is longer than the side opposite the smaller angle. So what that means is, like in our picture, angle C is 30 and angle B is 50 degrees. So that means angle C is smaller than angle B. Well, the side opposite angle C, AB, is also going to be smaller than the side opposite angle B, AC. So AB is less than AC. So the main idea of this is big angle, big side, small angle, small side. Now let's do an example. List the sides of triangle RST from shortest to longest. So pause the video and see if you can list the sides in order from shortest to longest. Hopefully you listed them in the order ST, RS, and RT, because ST is opposite 29, that's our smallest, SR is opposite 30, that's our medium, and then RT is opposite 121, and that's our largest. Let's discuss the hinge theorem. This states that if two sides of a triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and its included angle of the first triangle is larger than the included angle of the second triangle, then the third side of the first triangle is longer than the third side of the second triangle. That sounds so confusing, but really all it's saying is the same thing we've been saying this whole time. Big angle, big side, little angle, little side. So in our two triangles, since VX and RT are congruent, and VW and RS are congruent, and we see that angle R is bigger than angle V because 111 is bigger than angle 2, that means that TS is going to be bigger than XW. So again, big angle, big side, little angle, little side. They're all matching. We also have the converse of the hinge theorem. It says that if two sides of a triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, and the third side of the first triangle is longer than the third side of the second triangle, then the included angle of the first triangle is larger than the included angle of the second triangle. So again, what this means is that since we have VX and RT congruent, VW and SR congruent, and we see that ST is 6 centimeters is bigger than WX at 4 centimeters, then that means the angle opposites have the same relationship. So since R is opposite 6 centimeters, it's going to be bigger than angle V, which is only opposite 4 centimeters. So once again, the key is big side, big angle, small side, small angle. And that is everything I have for this video. See you in class.